Hello everyone, welcome to LyFiveElements. I'm Arvin and I'm glad you are here. My goal is to teach you how to read Bazi in the simplest way possible so you can understand your own life path. Let's unlock the secrets of your destiny together. In our last lesson, we learned the eating god. Today, we will talk about the third ranking of the four auspicious gods, direct officer. I will be breaking it down in the simplest way possible so everyone can follow along. If anything is unclear, feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to discuss and explore these topics with you. And for those of you who want to understand your Bazi chart but find the learning process too complicated, you can always message me for a one-on-one consultation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Your support truly motivates me to keep sharing this knowledge. Let's dive into Bazi together. The direct officer is the third ranking of the four auspicious gods. In Bazi charting software, the rank officer is often represented by the Chinese characters 正官 or simply Guan. Why is the direct officer ranked third? Some may ask why direct wealth, which represents income, is ranked fourth. This is because in ancient times, being an official was considered an honorable achievement. People would study diligently for decades to attain a scholarly title and aspire to become an official. In ancient times, doing business was considered less prestigious and not highly regarded. Therefore, ancient people ranked direct wealth fourth. So how do we get the direct officer? Let's start with the concept that the day master represents yourself. The element that controls or overcomes you is known as direct officer and seven killings. When yang controls yin or yin controls yang, this creates the direct officer. Let's take Jia wood as an example. We know metal overcomes wood when Jia wood, which is yang wood, is controlled by sin metal, which is yin metal. This creates the relationship of direct officer. Since yin metal overcomes yang wood, sin metal becomes the direct officer for jia wood. I have listed out the direct officer for each day master here for you to reference. Here, I would like to add one more point of knowledge. In the case of direct officer, where yang controls yin and yin controls yang, the inherent balance between yin and yang means that the control over the day master is not severe and carries a sense of gentleness. It's like a woman managing a man where there is tenderness involved. What does the direct officer represent? The direct officer is characterized by being trustworthy, honest, upright, valuing reputation and status, being just and incorruptible, and having a stable personality. It symbolizes an elder brother, leader, or figure of authority representing a respected social status. The proper official is seen as a noble and honorable star due to its gentle and controlled nature of restraint, reflecting the ancient value of governance and public service over wealth accumulation through business. It is suitable for careers in politics, law, detective work, judiciary, and journalism. Direct officer represents family members such as superiors, leaders, or bosses. It also symbolizes a man's daughter and a woman's husband. A person with direct officer is strict with themselves, full of integrity, and is naturally inclined to take on leadership roles and manage others. Those with direct officer in their Bazi chart are likely to hold positions of authority. If direct officer appears in the year pillar, it represents the person's childhood, where they may have held a small leadership role like class monitor. When direct officer is in the month pillar, it indicates exposure to society, work, or entrepreneurship, and the person is likely to take on a leadership role managing others. The day pillar represents the self, and having direct officer here indicates organizational and leadership abilities. In the hour pillar, it represents children who are likely to be upright and righteous, with some children potentially destined for official positions. People with direct officer in the chart tend to be meticulous and take on a lot of responsibilities, which can lead to stress and exhaustion. They tend to have upright and respectable friends, as they are drawn to those who share similar values and integrity. They avoid associating with those who have bad habits such as indulging in gambling, being lustful, engaging in criminal activity, or being involved in shady dealings. They don't intentionally offend those individuals but prefer to keep their distance. As a result, people with direct officer often have fewer friends and find it difficult to form deep, close friendships. However, those who do become their friends must be upright and virtuous individuals, as only such people can truly earn their trust and friendship. In the Bazi chart, the direct officer for women represents her husband. However, having an excessive amount of direct officer is not favorable, as it may create too much control or influence within the marriage, disrupting the natural balance in the relationship. If a woman's Bazi chart lacks direct officer, she may marry later or have difficulty finding a suitable partner. If she has one direct officer in her chart, it suggests a stable and happy marriage with one husband. However, if there are two direct officers in her chart, it indicates restlessness and potential instability in relationships. While she may have a husband at home, she might also seek affection elsewhere. If there are three direct officers in a chart, it could suggest a more casual approach to intimacy and a looser view on chastity, possibly engaging with multiple partners. This is discussed in ancient texts. Having too many direct officers in a person's Bazi can lead to traits like obsessive-compulsive tendencies, a rigid personality, and a stubborn, narrow-minded approach to life. They may become overly fixated on rules and order, making it difficult for them to adapt or consider alternative perspectives. In fact, having an excess of any of the 10 gods in Bazi is not ideal. When a person has an abundance of direct officer in their Bazi chart, and the luck pillars or annual stars also activate the direct officer, they may find themselves involved with legal or regulatory authorities such as law enforcement, prosecutors, or judicial bodies. This could bring about situations where they are scrutinized or face legal challenges, as the excess energy of direct officer can attract attention from such institutions. Let's look at this Bazi case, which is a male's chart. In the month pillar, Wu represents the direct officer of the Gui Water Day Master. The Chen Earth in the month branch also contains Wu Earth, which is also the direct officer for the Gui Water Day Master. This indicates that this person's lifelong pursuit is power. He has strong principles, is able to manage himself, and can also manage others effectively. Some people's Bazi charts lack direct officer, which is also not ideal. It shouldn't be too many or too little. Without direct officer, they struggle to be strict with themselves, dislike being restrained by others, tend to disregard rules, and act according to their own will. As a result, they find it hard to take on leadership roles. Additionally, for women, if they have no direct officer, they may marry late, and in severe cases, some may remain unmarried for life and never have a husband. Today, we learned about direct officer and the things it represents. In the next lesson, we will introduce the direct wealth. Don't miss out. Hit subscribe and share to join us on this incredible journey of discovery. Your support fuels our passion to keep creating. Any questions or need personalized guidance? Leave us a comment or get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for being part of the LyFiveElements family. If anything is unclear, feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to discuss and explore these topics with you. And for those of you who want to understand your Bazi chart but find the learning process too complicated, you can always message me for a one-on-one consultation. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support truly motivates me to keep sharing this knowledge. See you in the next lesson.